Hello, hello, hello. Hello, salam, namaste and vanakkam. This is your friend Murli here once again to kick off the proceedings on what promises to be a super exciting afternoon. Welcome once again to our esteemed partners, our respected friends from the media, our beloved Xiaomi fans, and all of my colleagues at Team Xiaomi India. Welcome once again. While we have all of you here in the hall this afternoon, there'll be a few tens of thousands, maybe a few hundred thousands watching the live stream on various social media and other streaming channels. And for them, we want to keep it as exciting as we do it here in this hall for each one of you. And of course, as always, we'll have questions that come up on Twitter. And if you answer them online, you stand a chance to win some exciting giveaways. But do not forget to tag us with the hashtags for the afternoon, hashtag Xiaomi 14 CIVI, and hashtag cinematic vision. Let's get started. But before we get to the showcase announcement for this afternoon, we thought it would be useful to just wind the clock back a few quarters and reflect a little bit on how 2023 went, what were the strategic priorities we laid out, and maybe present a report card on how that went. In the beginning of 2023, we set out with a refreshed strategic direction to be the most loved and trusted smartphone and AIoT brand in this country. We said we'll put out a much more cleaner, streamlined portfolio. We said we'll utilize this opportunity to truly democratize 5G in India, adopt a synergistic omni-channel strategy where both online and retail channels can grow in a harmonious manner, and last but not the least, continue pushing the boundaries in terms of the kind of experience that we offer to all of our customers across the country. And when we look back with a sense of contentment, in fact, a sense of pride, because we've come so far, starting with the cleaner, leaner, more relevant than ever portfolio from Xiaomi India, where we have a killer proposition, a killer product at every meaningful price point in the market. In the middle, you have the all-time favorite, the Redmi Note series, the all-rounder, which has something for everybody. And in January of this year, we launched the Redmi Note 13 series with the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus 5G, showcasing an amazing 200 megapixel camera. And for the first-time smartphone user, we had the Redmi A3, the Redmi 13 and 13C 5G, which are unmatched propositions for the first-time user. And then, of course, we had the Redmi 12 series, which packed together beautiful aesthetics, fantastic design for a phone with the power of 5G, the Redmi 12 5G. And then at the top end, of course, we had the flagships. A few months ago, we launched the Xiaomi 14 series with the Xiaomi 14 and the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, co-engineered with Leica, bringing together not just amazing performance, but perhaps the best possible photography experience on a smartphone. On 5G, we've received a lot of feedback. The experts, media, KOLs, everybody kept telling us that for whatever reason, 5G devices in this country were largely restricted to the mid and high-end segments in the market priced above 20,000 rupees. And Xiaomi in India has a history, in fact, I'll call this a tradition, a legacy of actually doing meaningful products to foster the 4G revolution in this country. And we're committed to recreating some of that magic with 5G. And on the 1st of August last year, we launched the Redmi 12 5G. And the kind of reception, the kind of success, the kind of feedback that it saw were truly chart-busting. And it became the largest selling 5G phone in India in Q3 of 2023. And the traction continues. Thank you. It became the largest selling 5G smartphone in the country in Q3 of 2023, and the traction continued with the launch of the Redmi 13C 5G in December last year. And boy, did they make a difference in truly democratizing 5G in this country. If I were to dimension the kind of impact that some of these models have had on the market, the total available users of 5G in this country scaled almost 4x, from the beginning of 2023 till the end of 2023, and the journey still continues. On the channel side, we committed to pursuing an omni-channel strategy where we don't just build on our strengths in the online channel, but adopt a win-win approach and ensure that all channels can grow harmoniously. And this enabled us to deliver step by step to our promise of end-to-end premiumization of the Xiaomi experience, and also deliver to the promise of a connected ecosystem. And this journey continues into 2024 and beyond. And last but not the least, none of this is relevant, none of this is important unless our consumers, our Mi fans, our Xiaomi fans have a great experience. And there, we resolved to work on every single aspect of the experience and make it better, be it reliability, ensuring that we continue moving the needle to improve the quality of our devices, or be it consistency of the service experience by training our frontline staff, training our engineers in the service center, and leveraging the power of technology, automation, and artificial intelligence in our customer support centers to deliver a substantially better experience for all of our consumers. And last but not the least, we've also resolved to go that extra mile with the launch of the Xiaomi Priority Club, a bespoke service for users of our premium range of flagship devices, which entitles our users to a host of very special services. For example, priority appointment and service, free pickup and drop from your residence or elsewhere, guaranteed repair of your phone in 2 hours, else you get a standby device to use till you fix your phone, a dedicated relationship manager, and much, much more with the Xiaomi Priority Club. But today, we stand at the cusp of what is a very interesting and important milestone in Xiaomi's journey in India. Next month, in July, Xiaomi India turns 10 years young. Thank you. "10 years of Xiaomi in India, 10 years of innovation, 10 years of love, 10 years of winning the trust of millions of Indians, 10 years of fighting the odds and emerging stronger." In fact, I would say, if there's one thing to characterize those 10 years, tomorrow, to being a hardcore technology pioneer, a focus that is reflected in this philosophy of delivering to the best of human into car, into home. Today, we have 658 million smartphones being used across the world, 786 million connected devices. And this philosophy of human times car times home transcends the entire spectrum, from personal use devices like a smartphone, a tablet, and wearables and hearables, all the way up to AIoT devices that we use in our home, like a smart television, a smart air purifier, a smart robot cleaner, smart lamps, smart bulbs, smart air conditioners, much, much more. And, of course, the car, our smart electric vehicle. And all of this woven together into an integrated, seamless experience with the power of Xiaomi Hyper OS. And in India, while we leverage the strength of the global brand, the R&D, the technology, innovation, our supply chain relationships, our brand, our operational knowledge, we marry that with a deep, in-depth knowledge of the Indian market and the Indian consumer. And this India, we realize, is an India that's changing, is an India that's evolving rapidly. There is a new India unfolding as we speak, even today. And this India is aspirational, preferred, being loved.
Can operate this easily. And of course, like the previous air fryer, it's also really easy to clean. When can you get it and for how much? Well, the Xiaomi air fryer 6-liter or hashtag #BigAF is going to be available at just an effective price of 5,999. And this will be available on me.com, Xiaomi Retail with all our partners. You'll have it on Amazon and, of course, Flipkart. Now, the sale starts on 21st of June at 12 noon. And we've chosen 21st of June. Any guesses why? Okay, here's a 21st June. No, it's not 10 years. Okay, so I'll cut to the chase. So 21st of June is a Friday. But, yes, these guys are getting it. But next Friday is actually going to be an Air Friday. So remember that one, 21st of June. All right, that's joke number 1 for today. We'll go on. Moving on to the reason why all of us are here, right? The Xiaomi 14 series. Now, the Xiaomi 14 series that we launched earlier this year has done exceedingly well. It's been loved by media, by fans, and of course consumers worldwide. And we've been receiving rave reviews. And of course there were a lot of things to love about these two devices. Both the 14 and the 14 Ultra had Leica cameras, right? So co-engineered with Leica obviously took them to a different league. There were a few more things about these products which everyone loved. Of course there was one, performance. But the second one on the 14 Ultra was the introduction of a brand new quad curve display, or the nanotech vegan leather, which completely changes how this device feels in your hand. Or for the 14, a lot of people mentioned the perfect form factor, or how good the ergonomics were when you hold it. And we've not stopped there. We've actually kept improving on this. So now, over the last 3 months, this is also AER certified, which basically means that both the 14 Ultra and 14 will be receiving updates all the way till 2029. And yeah, that's actually for our engineers. We've also added AI SP and AI generated content in your gallery right there. So you've got AI magic arrays, right? I don't know how many guys have tried it. You've got AI portraits. I'm sure some of you would have seen what Sandeep had put out, and AI image expansion. So you can go beyond what you can see and expand your image, and it detects what's on screen, what's in the image, and actually does a fairly good reproduction of what could have been around it. So these are things that we've added, and we'll obviously continue to add. But we are here today to talk about the latest addition to the 14 series. Now, where do we put that in? Right? Where does the Xiaomi 14 CIVI fit in? So let me go back to the fact that Murli spoke about a very streamlined portfolio. Now, last year, we of course had the Redmi A series. We had the Redmi number series, especially the Redmi 12, which I think changed the landscape in terms of 5G devices in India. And we had the Redmi Note 12 series at around 30,000 rupees, which brought in innovations like 200 megapixel camera for the first time, or fast charging into this segment. And then we were obviously very, very proud of the Xiaomi 13 Pro, our first ever co-engineered with Leica device that came in at about 80,000. Fast forward to this year, we've kept a similarly streamlined portfolio. Right? So you've got the Redmi A series. Earlier this year, we launched the Super Note series, or the Redmi Note 30 series. And then we also brought the Xiaomi 14 and the 14 Ultra, but this time to a little more affordable price of 70,000. Right? So we basically made more inroads, more people get to experience the Leica factor. But you guys see a gap, right? You see this big gap in the middle. And this is a segment that we've actually not touched for a while. And all of you guys know, if Xiaomi is not in a segment, what happens to that segment? Right? No, so we went back and we were thinking, yes, this is the segment that we want to be in, but we'll also look at what you get right now. So if you are in the segment, or if you're looking for a phone in between this Redmi Note and where the Xiaomi 14 sits, what do you really get? And we found 3 types of devices. The first device that we probably would call are flagships. So flagships, so not as bad as it sounds. So flagships are devices that have last year's specs. Right? So you take last year's specs, you change a few more things, maybe downgrade the camera to a 2 megapixel, and then launch it again and hope that you get more sales. The second one are one-trick phones. And if you want to remember this easily, OTPs. Right? So one-trick phones do one thing and only one thing properly. So some of them have a good camera, but then everything else, like a display or the processor, is almost 2 years old. And they're still selling that in the market. Right? It's a new phone, by the way. Or the third one, which is sheep and wolves pricing. Right? Now, these are extremely mediocre phones, and the only reason why they're in this segment is because of one thing, the MRP sticker. They only have the price, nothing else about it. So, in true Xiaomi fashion, we decided to fix this segment the Xiaomi way. And with that, I'm proud to introduce the brand new Xiaomi 14 Cinematic Vision. So the Xiaomi 14 Cinematic Vision, or CIVI for short, has to do a lot of things to fit in to the 14 series itself. It has to have that right design. It has to have the right performance, and of course, bring in a camera that nobody else has ever seen in the segment. Perhaps the best camera that's ever come in this particular segment. So a flagship design, flagship performance, and of course, flagship cameras. Let me dive straight into it fits right into your hand and feels really, really good. And from an aesthetics perspective, you have to have tailor-made aesthetics. Now this is really hard for me to show you here. So what we've decided is take you all through a journey into our design studio.
Something that stood out as mankind. Stay true to its spring design. We looked at new high-end materials like nanotech and leather that boasts remarkable ways to disenfranchise, easy to clean, and anti-yellowing appeal. This is on the Xiaomi 14 along with the vegan leather. We also have a new 4% biocarbon material. Sources like wood, cotton pulp. The process of creating this material results in a unique pattern each time, making every 14 CIVI matching green dice truly one of a kind. This combination of vegan leather and cotton materials achieves the textures of our colour. For the materials have captured the unique phenomenon of two different water bodies meet to create a splice. To make this happen, we had to chain patterns underneath this that provides visual tonality, yet retain the smoothness on the surface that help anti-glare glass material at the sides of this. And for those who have the understated power of black, we've turned it up the shadow look, smooth to the touch, anti-glare glass to a matte effect that combines elegant craftsmanship borrowed from the Xiaomi 15. But adds a whole new level of sleek to it. This attention to detail does not just with the materials and finish. This a camera side well. It's texture makes the lens look like they're twinkling stars in its deep blank space. This is done by engraving films, a precise technique called 250 nanometer grayscale photo.
The Xiaomi 14C. That is everything aesthetic, innovative, and ergonomic. And I hope you will enjoy using it as much as we enjoy creating it. Unique colors, choose blue, matcha green, and shadow black. Each of them has different materials and bent for different unique. Do you guys see? Yes. Are so unique. It had to match the right personalities. So we thought that three amazing people to use their favorite on the stage. So I call upon Barkha, Aisha, and Jeff to show your favorite 14 DVD. Alright. Phone you guys I'll step off. You guys can take any pictures as you like. You guys locate the phones also. Thank you. Yes. Thanks so much. Here for team who's blue. Blue. Alright? And how much are green? And how many like Jim or shadow black? That's the one. Alright. While you see amazing looking design, we also have to solve a problem. We've got different materials coming in. How do you solve for your hand? For a device that you're going to hold in your hand for hours, that you put everywhere, it is a personal device. We have to extend that challenge to solve for ergonomics as well. It feels right. Fit your hand, keep it, and also have optimized weight. Optimized weight is just one aspect. You guys ever put a device and see it's not balanced well. So we have to get the balance right. So to show you how it's done, let's go back into the studio.
You already saw the use of new materials we've used in each of the colours, which resulted in just 177 grams. However, along with the weight of the device also how well it's into grip to establish run it. We started off with an aim of keeping it below 75 millimeters. Further looked at multiple iterations in the manufacturing process and intelligent use of space achieve space efficiency around the motherboard and battery, along with an all-new battery plate. We were able to exceed the target width, achieving an amazing 70 millimeters width. Further, if the ergonomics, all the sides equally curved with 3.5 millimeters weight is matte handcuff for maximum hold comfort. We used to always hold the device in portrait or vertical orientation, so we extended the curvature to the top and bottom as well, giving a unique curved finish, making the Xiaomi 14 CIVI one of the most comfortable phones you would use. As you just saw, every inch of its new body is optimized, making the Leica its weight management bringing with engineering rarely seen before, integrating the body back and display its metal side frame, showing the device's high structural integrity.
So one very unique question that we are bringing into the 14 cinematic vision is that the entire body is quad curved, not just on the side, top and bottom as well. But when you hold it, it feels really good. It's just one part of it, of course, it's the weakest in the segment, and it's also one light that you would have. So well balanced, frame, all of that makes this really ergonomic and also really good. But the design in a 2000 Flash is just half. The other half of the design actually comes in from display. What you guys are looking at display, that actually forms almost half the product itself. So we decided to do something that was completely crazy. We decided to look at the Xiaomi 14 Ultra and look at the 14 Ultra's display, learn from it, and bring that curved display to the Xiaomi 14 cinematic vision as well. Now, getting ultra immersive display, which is quad curved, not very easy. And to see how this was achieved, why it's a big deal, take a look at the design video.
Xiaomi 14 CIVI is a unique floating display with all four sides curved with unique immersive effect. The quad display is just stunning look. It brings together the best of both worlds. You see, curved display is great for gesture-based UI control, while flat screens are traditionally more robust. With the quad curved display, the Xiaomi 14 CIVI brings together aesthetics and practicality. We believe that we achieve this of both worlds to a smartphone display. Quad curved display is also super immersive in nature, with extremely narrow bezels and astounding 3:1 ratio of 93.19. When we compare the bezel sizes with that of some The Xiaomi 14 CIVI is far superior. You see the screen to button ratio out, and that shows the superiority of the screen technology. Achieve this curvature with extremely narrow bezels. We have used all FIA, which is finite area. This FIA technology lets us style wiring in the active area within the screen itself, which means rest of the pictures wiring outside the display, and hence this can be much smaller than before. This FIA technology also helps us in achieving uniformity in the bezel throughout the display outside or the
So the segment's first ever floating wall display brings in the best of both worlds. Some of you guys like wall displays, but obviously miss out on the robustness of flat display. Like that, this combines both technologies to give you something very unique. And of course, we borrowed heavily and learned from the Xiaomi 14 Ultra. Now we gone beyond and also added a anti-accident algorithm. So you also want to be sure holding this device you will not touch it accidentally, and in case you drop it, it's also protected by the best. You've got a connect glass with this too. You have all your worries. That's just one part of the display. The second part is let's take a look at how good it looks. Now this is the 6.65, sorry, 6.5. It's a 6.55 inch 120 Hz AMOLED display, but it's far superior to anything else out there in the segment, because this is the only one that can actually display 68 billion colors, 6.7 to be exact, and it's a bright display reaching almost 3000 nits at brightness. But that's one of it. Another aspect of it being it was Dolby Vision 810. So with this display and 5K resolution, if you are reading text or if you're watching, say, a Dolby Vision movie, everything of the Xiaomi 14 Vision looks, well, cinematic. And with that, let's go to the next section, which is, you saw, it's got a flagship design. Now let's talk about flagship performance. Over to you, Dr.
Thank you. Thank you, Anuj. I personally love the form factor and the display on the Xiaomi 14 CIVI. The quad curve on the back, inspired from Xiaomi 14, and the quad curve display on the front, inspired by Xiaomi 14 Ultra, gives it the perfect hand feel. Now, Anuj often mentions the pickup test. Basically, when you pick up a phone, when you go to a store, just a demo unit, you pick it up and you know how premium it is. And with the Xiaomi 14 CIVI, you feel exactly that. So after the presentation is over, in the experience zone, do check it out and you will feel the same. Now let's talk about performance. I mean, it looks like a flagship, feels like a flagship, displays like a flagship, but can it perform like a flagship? When it comes to flagship performance, we wanted to make sure of two things. First, that it needs to match the performance of with its siblings, the Xiaomi 14 and 14 Ultra, and give camera capabilities that is beyond anyone in the segment. Let's head to the lab and see what the performance on the Xiaomi 14 CIVI is all about.
Hey guys, welcome to the lab. Today, we're excited to introduce a smartphone that represents a perfect blend of latest technology, seamless performance, and unparalleled user experience. Before I dive into the device's performance, let's quickly do a teardown of the Xiaomi 14 CIVI. Let's dive into the heart of the device, the chipset of Xiaomi 14 CIVI. The first priority while selecting the chipset for CIVI was the highest end ISP that can deliver the camera output and Leica look that fans and media love on Xiaomi 14 and 14 Ultra. This requirement made us select the recently announced Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 flagship processor. With Qualcomm's flagship triple cognitive ISP and X4 supercore, photography is not just of the highest standard but also quick. It also enables 4K recording on all 5 cameras. This chipset is based on 4nm TSMC process, which ensures segment-based optimization and efficiency. It's smart, versatile, and powerful. Snapdragon 8s Gen 3 also brings industry-leading real-time, hardware-accelerated ray tracing for gaming and graphic-intensive workload. To deliver high-end camera output and overall performance consistently, Xiaomi 14 CV utilizes industry-leading ice loop cooling technology. This technology offers 3 times the cooling efficiency compared to traditional solutions, thanks to its vapor-liquid separation design.
So overall, combining the flagship processor with the fastest available LPDDR5X RAM and UFS 4.0 storage, you get the best of performance. What we have done on top of that is included a Xiaomi's own developed T1 signal enhancement chip that basically enhances your signal to give you great download speed, lower latency, and so on and so forth. Personal experience, in the basement of my building, when I go to the parking, I usually don't get any network, so zero network. And if I have to make a call, I'll have to either walk out or go up. Or basically, in case of an emergency, I have no way to reach out to a friend or a family member. But with the T1 chip, I started using the Xiaomi 14 CV. I got 1 bar in that basement. Now, 1 bar may not sound like a great deal, but in case of an emergency, that 1 bar can also help you out. So let's head to the lab again and see how good the performance of the T1 chip is.
Xiaomi 14 CV also comes with a self-developed Xiaomi Pascal T1 signal enhancement chip that significantly improves network recovery time, download speed in crowded spaces, and gaming latency. Equipped with an efficient antenna arrangement, the Xiaomi Pascal T1 chip delivers a 24% improvement in GPS performance, a 37% improvement mid and high-frequency cellular communication, and a 16% improvement in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth performance. Let's compare the signal strength of Xiaomi 14 CV versus the competition. As you can see, network recovery is a lot more faster. Now let's move to another important aspect for the performance of the smartphone, the battery. Introducing industry-leading innovations and the most advanced battery by Xiaomi on the Xiaomi 14 CV. It offers double battery lifespan of 1600 charge cycles, maintaining 80% battery health even after 4.3 plus years of heavy usage. That's incredible, isn't it? We have used the highest density battery by Xiaomi, ensuring a lightweight design and a capacity of 4700 mAh, delivering up to 1.6 days of usage. And with 67 watt turbocharge, you can get to 80% battery in less than half an hour. Powered by Xiaomi HyperOS, the Xiaomi 14 CV redefines the way you interact with your world. With a personalized, powerful, and futuristic software system, you get live designs, a personalized user interface, enhanced security with a security chip, and seamless interconnectivity across all your devices. The Xiaomi 14 CV is more than just a smartphone. It's a powerful tool designed to enhance your life.
So that was the performance, or the flagship performance on the Xiaomi 14 CV, powered by the Snapdragon 8s Gen 3, based on 4nm TSMC process. You get the best of performance, you get the fastest and most reliable LPDDR5X RAM and UFS 4.0 storage, and UFS 4.0 storage is on both the variants and not just the high end. To give you the consistent peak performance, you have ice loop cooling technology, which is 3 times more efficient, more in cooling compared to the traditional VCs. You have the dedicated T1 signal enhancement chip that gives you faster downloads, lower latency, quick network recovery, also enables dual voice over new radio, and dual standalone 5G. You get the most advanced battery by Xiaomi that gives you 1600 cycles before your battery depreciates by 20%. You also get a 4700 mAh battery, the highest density battery by Xiaomi on a smartphone with 67 watt turbocharge that delivers 80% battery in less than 30 minutes. All this is powered by HyperOS that gives you the interconnectivity, the intuitiveness, and the customization that we all love. So it looks like a flagship, displays like a flagship, performs like a flagship, but can it shoot like a flagship? If you are thinking this, then Sandeep and you are Leica-minded people. And to talk about the camera, let me call upon stage Sandeep.
Thanks, Gautam. I think a true flagship is not complete without a flagship camera experience. Now, Anuj already spoke to you about the flagship design. Gautam spoke to you about the flagship performance. And now we are here to talk about the flagship camera experience that you're getting with the Xiaomi 14 CIVI. Now, our journey of Xiaomi X Leica co-engineered devices started last year with the Xiaomi 13 Pro. This really took things to the next level in terms of what you could expect from a smartphone camera. We are very happy to extend and improve upon that quality and that benchmark that we set so high for ourselves with the Xiaomi 14 series that we saw earlier this year with the 14 and 14 Ultra. Funnily enough, I think many of us in this room, we have had the conversation of how exactly are we planning to bring the beautiful Leica experience to more people across India. Well, in fact, there was so much demand for this that we even saw a petition where there were over 2.5 lakh people asking for the Xiaomi Leica experience at a new segment. Now, this new segment is what Anuj was talking about earlier. And to make this happen, it actually took a lot of time. We hold ourselves to the highest standard, and luckily we have a partner also who actually requires the highest of standards in order for us to pass as being a Xiaomi X Leica co-engineered device. And with the Xiaomi 14 CIVI, we finally have that answer. This is a smartphone that will truly help you unlock cinematic vision, and we start that cinematic vision with cinematic photography. And instead of just showcasing a bunch of samples, join me as we go across the journey in Bangalore, taking a look at what exactly the 14 CIVI is capable of doing. Just like the amazing Xiaomi 14 and Xiaomi 14 Ultra, the Xiaomi 14 CIVI also comes with a Leica Summilux lens, something that is crucial to ensure that your output is as good as it can be. The large sensor and large f1.63 aperture ensures creamy looking natural bokeh and a shallow depth of field that really helps elevate your imagery game to new heights. As the name suggests, the Light Hunter 800 sensor takes in a tremendous amount of light, ensuring that even in challenging indoor light conditions, along with the help of the large aperture and optical image stabilization, the Xiaomi 14 CIVI captures stunning detail and vibrant colors. Xiaomi HyperOS then improves upon the advanced image processing for computational photography, utilizing the Qualcomm Spectra 18-bit triple cognitive ISP for superior results. See how the large aperture and OIS support make every single shot vibrant and sharp, even in a dynamic environment. Now, combining flagship Leica optics with Xiaomi AISP imaging brain and powered by HyperOS, we deliver unmatched cinematic quality. For content creators out there, our AI Smart features offer 17 dimensions of precise beautification, enhancing everything from facial features to makeup. The AI Magic Erase feature allows you to remove unwanted elements seamlessly, making your editing process smooth and efficient. While we've been using Leica Authentic Style for that signature Leica look and feel in the photos so far, in an environment like iconic MG Road where there's so much color around us, we would definitely like to switch to Leica Vibrant to help get that extra punch of colors and contrast. Let's maybe dive into the portrait mode now, which, as all Xiaomi X Leica devices have excelled in, the Xiaomi 14 CIVI also masters. Switching to our telephoto 50MP lens captures amazing looking portrait at 50mm. Now 50mm is a wonderful focal length that helps to capture the true essence of your subject without any distortion or pincushion effect, just the way your eye captures the beauty of life. Thanks to a bright f1.98 aperture and the focal length, we get a good natural subject separation as well as background compression, thus allowing your subject to truly shine.
Oops, I may have composed the shot a bit too tight, but no worries. With our AI expansion tool, we can easily extend the edges of the frame and ensure enough breathing room for a better composition even after the shot is taken. You can also choose between Leica Portrait as well as Master Portrait modes, which gives unique look and feel to your images. Pro tip, you can use the Leica Portrait mode for more realistic and natural feel, while Master Portrait will give you a more elegant feel with that warmth and touch of vibrancy. Now that we've stumbled across a large and expansive scene, I'm going to be switching to the ultra wide angle camera with a 15mm focal length, which truly unlocks cinematic vision. And hey, while you're at it, why not capture yourself in this amazing background? Thanks to our amazing 32MP front camera with autofocus and atomic layer deposition, you can be sure to capture incredibly detailed selfies with a very high dynamic range. For vloggers, having a great front camera is essential, and our selfie camera supports a master portrait feature, giving you cinema level depth and storytelling capabilities for your selfies. And just in case you have a few friends joining your frame, the Xiaomi 14CV is smart enough to accommodate all of them into the frame as well, with the 32 megapixel ultra wide angle camera up front, which is perfect for group feeds as well.
Thank you. Really love the output that we get with the Xiaomi 14CV, especially in terms of consistency. You would have seen that normally we do great consistency across all the cameras at the back, but with the 14CV, we're also ensuring that consistency and story continues with the front-facing cameras as well, giving you incredible output, such as these images here. Now, with the 14 and 14 Ultra, we were actually able to also improve and take the videography game to the next level. With the 14CV, we wanted to just bring that as well, because we wanted the cinematic vision goodness to also flow into the CIVI. So we are bringing cinematic videography as well to the 14CV, and here's a quick look at what you can achieve with this in your hands.
The Xiaomi 14CV comes with the ability to shoot 4K video on all the 5 cameras, be it the rear-facing cameras or the front-facing cameras, and thanks to our advanced algorithm, the output looks as if we have shot it all across a singular camera. We also have 10-bit video recording, HLG, and support for BT2020 Rec. And that's not all, you can also make use of our movie mode, which I personally use to create that amazing cinematic look and feel. I personally love the smart composition and auto zoom feature as well. Now, in case you want more control over the final output, you can also opt for a master cinema look, which allows you to grade and play around with your content in a more granular way. We also have a brand new AI portrait mode, which allows you to create a digital avatar of yourself, bases the images that you import, and then you can easily transport yourself and insert into various scenarios and environments easily. The output is truly cinematic. The Xiaomi 14CV co-engineered with Leica stands out with superior Leica optics, advanced AI capabilities, and the integration of HyperOS, which delivers unmatched performance in mobile photography and videography. The Xiaomi 14CV truly unlocks your cinematic vision.
Thank you. Now, while we've spoken at length about the capabilities of the device, who better to talk about the creativity aspect than someone who's globally renowned, someone who's a master of craft, and someone who's known for the unique way in which he tells his stories. We were very lucky to actually associate with Imtiaz Ali, a film director, to actually take a look at the Xiaomi 14CV so that he could tell stories the way he saw fit with the incredibly capable Xiaomi 14CV. Here's what he was able to achieve. Can you play the film, please? Thank you. Please go. All right. I think maybe you guys have to wait just a bit longer to see what exactly he has been able to capture. But we'll go ahead, we'll make sure that this is live on our social media handles as well. But we continue the story with the Xiaomi 14 CIVI and the sort of samples that he was able to achieve with this phone. So all of these samples were captured by Imtiaz Ali and showcases his unique perspective on storytelling. I think the shots that you see here is absolutely mesmerizing, and it's hard to believe that this was actually taken straight out of a smartphone camera. And his unique storytelling ability clearly shines regardless of whether he shoots on film or whether he's shooting with a Xiaomi 14 CIVI. So that's the Xiaomi 14 CIVI, bringing in true flagship camera experience with a primary Light Hunter 800 sensor mated to a 50 megapixel f1.63 lens bright aperture. OIS is there as well. And we have a 2x telephoto camera capable of clicking incredible looking portraits and an ultra wide dramatic field of view with 120 degrees. And we are also continuing the Leica legacy and story with two styles, Leica Authentic, Leica Vibrant, and we also have two different portrait modes, the Master Portrait as well as Leica Portrait. Now, just like we mentioned earlier, we're continuing the ability to capture much better video. So we have 4K recording across all 5 cameras on the device, 3 at the back and 2 in the front. And we're also introducing the ability to have Pro LUTs so that you can grade your films much better and have beautiful looking output. And we have our signature Leica filters as well. When you go to the front-facing camera, the story continues. We have amazing output now thanks to Master Portrait tuning on the front-facing cameras, be it the 32 megapixel wide camera with autofocus and ALD, or you can also use the ultra-wide angle 32 megapixel camera to actually create more dramatic field of view and capture more of your friends and family in a singular frame. We're also heroing vlogging and other styles of creativity with new features such as beautification, dual video capability, as well as teleprompter. And with Xiaomi HyperOS and AISP, we are also introducing new generative content, including AI Magic Erase, AI Expansion, and AI Portrait features that you saw earlier as well. So that brings us to the third addition in the Xiaomi 14 series, which is the Xiaomi 14 CIVI, an absolute stunner of a device that gives you flagship performance, flagship design, as well as flagship cameras. Here's a quick look at a video that showcases its ability.
Xiaomi 14 CIVI with Leica professional cameras. Make it cinematic.
Thank you. So that's the Xiaomi 14 CIVI, starting with the flagship design. Comes in 3 beautiful colors, matcha green, cruise blue, and shadow black. It comes in a very sleek 7.4 millimeter thin profile, along with weighing just 177 grams, making it one of the best devices to hold and use, especially thanks to the quad curve back and the quad curve display up front, which is protected with Corning Gorilla Glass 2, Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2. We also have a very bright display with 3000 nits, total brightness, 120 Hz refresh rate, AMOLED panel, and the ability to have Dolby Vision and Atmos. And moving on to the flagship cameras that this provides, this comes with a true Leica experience, co-engineered with Leica, a 50 megapixel primary camera with Summilux lens, a 50 megapixel telephoto camera at 2x focal length, and an ultra-wide camera as well, and two 32 megapixel cameras at the front. And to complete the flagship performance, this comes powered with a Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 chipset with a great ISP as well, enabling us to create wonderful looking photos and stories with our cameras. So that's the Xiaomi 14 CV. And now to take you through the pricing and availability, I'd like to call back on stage President of Xiaomi India, Murli. Please, over to you, Murli.
Thank you. All right, there you have it. Thank you, Anuj, Gautam, Sandeep, for being such amazing storytellers, painting this entire cinematic vision. The Xiaomi 14 CV, of course, like was mentioned earlier, has Leica professional cameras with Summilux lenses, dual 32 megapixel selfie camera powered by Snapdragon 8S Gen 3, and of course that mesmerizing, chic and beautiful quad-curve floating display. But before we get to the pricing of the Xiaomi 14, I think it's important to talk about certain value-added features that we have packed as part of this fantastic proposition, which is the Xiaomi 14 CV, starting with Xiaomi Easy Finance, powered by Axio. Now, Xiaomi Easy Finance is built with the clear goal of making smartphone buying easier. It's a financing solution that has the intent of extending the power of financing to as many people as possible, a completely digital solution with absolutely no paperwork, no hassle of paperwork, I must say, which promises an approval within 10 minutes, in most cases much, much faster than that. And that's Xiaomi Easy Finance, powered by Axio. Thank you. The cup of goodness continues. The Xiaomi 14 CV also comes with 3 months subscription of YouTube Premium at no additional cost. And not just that, you guys are kind. And not just that, the Xiaomi 14 CV also comes I can see that there are a lot of photo and videographers out there, and therefore you need that space to save all those memories. The Xiaomi 14 CV comes with 100 GB of Google One for 6 months, again at no additional cost. The Xiaomi 14 CV also included, so everyone who buys a Xiaomi 14 CV is invited to join the Xiaomi Priority Club. Thank you. I'm so glad it means a lot to you. The Xiaomi 14 CV comes with the Xiaomi Priority Club, where we attempt to go that extra mile, provide you exceptional service, like I mentioned upfront, which includes priority appointment and service, free pickup and drop, guaranteed hours, or a standby device till your device is fixed, a dedicated relationship manager, priority customer support. You land straight to an agent, no AI, no bots, etc. You land to a human and you get your issue resolved. The Xiaomi Priority Club. Moving on to the pricing and availability information. The Xiaomi 14 CV will be, but that is for the 12 GB, 512 GB variant. Here's the Leica cameras, rupees